Hey beautiful, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, it's your girl Fariza, also known as Curly Proverbs, and around here we are all about that Ayurvedic hair growth life. We share loads of DIYs and different techniques. We have hair growth challenges and our viewers get amazing results. I'm just going to leave some of the receipts right here. We have seen incredible results, and I almost on a daily basis get tagged into or get a DM or an email of somebody sharing their results. Some people who suffered from alopecia, postpartum hair loss, or even post-chemo treatment, people have been regrowing their hair and getting amazing results. So today we're actually going to be focusing on scalp care. We're going to be looking at two aspects of it. We're going to be looking at exfoliation and removing the debris on the scalp, and then what you can apply topically afterwards to actually increase your hair growth rate. So the amazing thing about each of the ingredients we're going to be talking about today is they all have journal backing. In other words, they really do bang for your hair growth. There is scientific research by institutions that supports my claims. So if that's your kind of thing, your cup of tea, then definitely keep watching and hit that subscribe button. So remember, around here is no kinks, no curls, and no coils left behind. And I'm about to give you what you came here for. That is a scalp care. So let's talk about exfoliation first. Now, exfoliation is essentially the removal of debris, dry skin and buildup. It can be from your scalp, it can be from the skin on the rest of your body or your face. But essentially, exfoliation can be chemical or it can be physical. So if you're going to be looking at chemical exfoliation, you apply some sort of a substance, normally that contains an enzyme, and that's going to cause the cells to start to slough away, start to loosen, start to lift, and then you can go ahead and you can wash it off, or you can exfoliate it off and then rinse. Now, physical exfoliation is, just as the name suggests, you're actually doing something to the surface of the skin or the scalp to increase the rate at which you remove the dry, dead, excess cells. So what happens is when you do that, you actually end up allowing all the different treatments and things that you purchase to penetrate into your scalp a lot better. Now I'm just going to insert two pictures, okay? Here is a scalp that has not been exfoliated, and here is a scalp that has been exfoliated. Which do you think the products are going to penetrate into better? Yeah, exactly, the exfoliated scalp. So today I'm going to actually be exfoliating using the Tangle Teaser exfoliator and scalp massager. So the shape of this tool actually allows me to have quite a good hold and grip. Obviously, as you can see, my hand slips in there really quite easily. Also, there's varying different heights of teeth. You've got longer ones and shorter ones, and they have varying flexibilities as well. Some don't give as easily, which really does help for a deeper, more vigorous exfoliation. And then you've got the others that have got a little bit of a lighter touch to them as well. This is really helpful, guys. If you are a natural and you use lots of oils and lots of treatments, inevitably you're going to have build-up over time. So this tool is fantastic for removing that build-up, so that when you go to actually do your future treatments and you go to use your future products, you can actually get the maximum benefits from them. What I love to use actually with my Tangle Teaser is one of two things. If I feel that my scalp needs a deep exfoliation, I will go with papaya oil. I actually came across this when I added it into a mask, and what happened was I could see, once I rinsed the mask away, I could actually see over the next couple of days layers of my skin were peeling away. And then I did a bit of research and I found out that papaya actually contains something called papain, which is an enzyme that can break down your dead skin cells. It's actually in loads of different different exfoliators on the market, and it can be found in the pulp of papaya or in the oil. So you can go ahead and blend up some papaya fruit and use that and apply to the scalp, apply it as a full mask and then go in and exfoliate, or just use the oil. So if I'm doing exfoliation, I like to use the papaya with my scalp massager, and if I'm just doing my general pre-shampoo treatment and just general scalp care, I like to use my Fenugreek elixir. We'll just apply this to the scalp all over. We're going to cut to. It smells incredible. It's all the peppermint and the lavender essential oil in here, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, tea tree, loads and loads of goodness, and it feels so soothing going on the scalp. Loads of people have come at me and said, hey, in 2 weeks I'm already seeing a difference in my hairline. Seriously good reviews on this. So I'm just applying this all over my scalp. And then what I do is just massage it to make sure it's completely distributed on the hair. And then I go ahead and exfoliate. Really simple. You can actually see that it's really causing a lot of movement. There's a lot of flex, but it's also really firm. And I find that compared to the other scalp massagers that I've used, I found them to be massagers, and this is the first one that I feel is a massager and exfoliator as well, because it's just got enough resistance that I can actually feel it lifting debris in my scalp. So if you're using your papaya oil, that is going to give you your chemical exfoliation, and there's different chemical exfoliants that you can look into using. And to be honest, it's that mum life, right, where I have virtually just 5 minutes, but it's my little pamper, and honestly this is going to be what I'm using for my hair growth challenge over the next couple of months, just to increase penetration and just general blood flow to the scalp, to be honest. So once you've done that, you can just go about your day, or if it's wash day, you can go ahead and you can either shampoo your hair out, wash your hair, rinse your hair. You could leave it in overnight. You could leave it in until whenever your wash day is. Or once you've done your wash, you can go ahead and actually apply topically one of these top 5 treats for your scalp and for your hair growth. So let's get into what those are. So I'm going to mention an ingredient that I've not really mentioned on my channel before, and that is Jamun fruit. Wonderful for applying to the scalp, wonderful for using as a hair mask, and it actually has great benefits for your health if you take it in a tea, you take it internally. It's basically a black fruit that is a powerhouse of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and there have been studies that have shown that it increases hair growth. It also increases the length of the hair and the growth rate as well as the thickness of the hair that does grow back. So you can actually just make up a paste of that and apply it straight to the scalp, or you can use it from the scalp to ends, which I recommend because you get the goodness from, you know, from root to tip. Jamun fruit has been shown to help with alopecia and just general hair loss, and there have been studies that have looked at mice with their hair removed and have actually compared the hair growth rate that you get with minoxidil, a control, Jamun fruit on its own, and the Jamun seed as well, and the Jamun fruit trumps all of them. The control, you can see the base rate, and then minoxidil is up higher. The only problem with minoxidil, it is chemical. It does have an impact just on your health potentially, because it has got loads of side effects, and also once you stop taking it, a lot of people experience that it causes the hair that they gain through using it to fall out, and it's very expensive. You end up hooked, you end up having to use it, and then sometimes you become sensitive to some of the side effects, and it's just not really all that great. So Jamun fruit actually trumps that. So definitely look into that ingredient. Another ingredient that you can use, of course, is fenugreek. We've talked about fenugreek 4 ways. I do have a video, I'm going to have it listed here. So fenugreek can be made into a hair mask. Actually, we do contain fenugreek powder in the Curly Proverbs henna and aloe mask, and also we have fenugreek seeds. The whole seeds have been left in the fenugreek elixir as well, so you can actually apply that from scalp to ends, and it has also been proven with journal evidence to increase your hair growth rate. It contains lecithin, it contains manganese, magnesium, zinc, iron, all trace minerals that tend to be missing in people who are experiencing hair loss due to deficiencies. So if you're taking your multivitamin and mineral and then you're applying this topically, it really does help. There is a study, I'm just going to put the information on here, but I read that around 84% of people who used fenugreek actually saw an increase in their thickness compared to the control. So it really does work, and as I said, we've had amazing testimonials on this fenugreek elixir and just fenugreek on the whole. It just works very well. If you can use it in the seed form, if you can use it in the powder form, both of them really do pack a punch. And then of course there's my other bae, Amla. Yes, Amla is Indian gooseberry fruit. Again, it's a small green, pale green fruit, but it's a powerhouse again with vitamin C, which helps with collagen production, and lots of trace vitamins and minerals. And they have shown in studies, not only does it increase the rate of your hair growth, it increases the thickness of the follicle out of which the hair is growing, and therefore the diameter of the strand that's growing. The number of viable follicles also increases. So let's say you have 100 follicles in a particular area, and let's say 40 of them were dormant, you can actually re-enliven, reinvigorate dormant hair follicles and increase the thickness of the strand that's growing out, and increase the rate at which that is growing out of the hair as well. So it's a win-win-win when it comes to Amla. Again, you can apply that as a paste, you can do a hair mask with it, you can use a hair oil, but the point is, once you've exfoliated your scalp, you have removed everything that is blocking the full absorption into your bloodstream, into your scalp, into your follicles, because you've actually exfoliated and removed, you know, what is blocking that. This next one is not for the faint of heart. Onion. Listen, when I lost my hair postpartum for my son, onion juice literally in 2 days had my edges growing back. But my goodness, does it stink, and is it hard to get out of your hair? Hell yes. I was, 4 washes later, I was like, oh, every time my hair was wet, it just stunk of onion. But why does it work? Well, it is a rich source of sulfur. Sulfur is what actually gives it its smell. And your hair keratin is made of sulfur to sulfur disulfide bonds, amongst other things. If you have sulfur in abundance, it actually means that your body is able to synthesize your hair more quickly. It also keeps it out of the shedding phase for longer and keeps it in the growth and rest phase for longer also. So it's basically a raw material used to build up your hair and keep it in the growth phase, and it really bangs. Like when I say it bangs, it bangs. The smell is the only thing you need to get around, and I have 2 suggestions for that. One, you can actually boil your onions before you blend. I suggest using both red and white onion. They are different in how they work, and they work better if you use them together. And this is the second hack that I have as a suggestion. Go to Amazon, there's a soap bar that you can use. You keep it in your kitchen. It's literally made of metal, and that metal attracts sulfur to it. So once you've done your treatment and you've washed your hair, do it as a pre-shampoo. Don't be stepping out your house smelling of onion. Once you wash your hair, you will actually find that going in with this metal bar will bind the extra sulfur and therefore pull away some of the smell. People keep it in their kitchen to use after they've like been chopping onions and garlic and their fingers smell of the sulfur, and they just use it, and it really does help to get rid of the stink. So guys, listen, don't say you don't get value from this channel, okay? Like literally, where else will you hear that? Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention is that onions contain lots of different acids which can also help with the exfoliation process, but also contains catalase, which breaks down hydrogen peroxide, which also extends the hair growth cycle. So there's lots of different things in there that cause better hair growth and extends the hair growth cycle. And of course, whoop, drop everything. And of course, papaya, like we can go back to the mention of papaya, we've already talked about it, but I'm just going to tell you why it works and why it bangs. It contains vitamin A, it contains vitamin D, it contains trace minerals, it's really high in antioxidants, and it is very nourishing for the follicles, and has studies again that show that increases your hair growth rate. You can use each of these ingredients as a standalone. Life doesn't have to be mega complicated, or you can blend them together into an amazing mask and paste and apply them from the roots all the way to the ends. If you would like me to do demos of some recipes with some of these hair growth ingredients, then do let me know, and of course I will be happy to do so and show you my results before and after. Exfoliation is a means for lifting debris and also allowing goodness into your scalp. If it's something that you've not been using in your routine, definitely take a look into doing that, because it could be the thing that really steps up your hair growth game, and it could be that you've been unaware that you've had build up. Some of the reasons why you might want to actually use an exfoliant is, one, to remove build up on your scalp. As naturals, of course, we are using butters, we're using oils all the time, we're using herbs all the time, and inevitably we're going to get build up on our scalp, and again that blocks access of the next products you're going to use. You're going to be using, spending money on products that are not actually going to penetrate your scalp if you have build up. Also, exfoliants remove dead skin cells, dry skin cells, dandruff, and all manner of flakiness. You are not welcome in this place. We reject you in Jesus' name. You are not welcome, okay? So yeah, if you want to remove debris from your scalp, it is really beneficial to use. And finally, you can have things called sebum plugs, which is where the sebum, which you normally release from your scalp, gets blocked by dead skin cells and some kind of debris, and then the pore becomes inflamed. You end up with a pustule or just real soreness, and this leads to an inflammatory reaction and an unhealthy scalp. So exfoliation really does have benefits as far as preventing all of the above from happening, and if the above has happened, you can basically start to reverse it by being consistent with your exfoliation regimen. I'm gonna have the link to the Tangle Teezer exfoliant in the description box, and in fact pretty much everything that I mention is going to be linked in the description box below if you want to check it out, and I will see you in the next video. In the meantime, do feel free to binge watch my channel, hit this video with a thumbs up, because it really does support my channel, and it's free. Come on, help a sister out. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Much love, stay well, and take care of yourself.